What's wrong, Aizan? You're looking somewhat down.
What are you talking about? The venue is whipped up into a frenzy. This year's selection was a complete success. Nothing could make us administrators any happier.
Still, this seems like a rather different scenario than what you'd originally hoped would play out today.
I don't know what you're talking about, Ishiki.
It was you, wasn't it? Who pitted Mimasaka against Soma? Well played. With Takumi being taken out as he was, you knew Soma was sure to accept Mimasaka's challenge. To him, there would be no greater shame than losing in front of everyone and failing to avenge his friend. You played this in the shadows, so as not to dirty your hands. That's so like you, Aizan. But your plans? Well, they didn't work out exactly the way you thought. You may have come up with a scheme to get him into your clutches, but it was Soma who made short work of you. He drew you in, didn't he?
What was that?
I think you guys might want to have a little more. Anyone up for seconds?
This competition is over. This will now conclude all the judging for
Because
today.
if you were up for seconds, I was thinking I might pour in a little splash of this.
Or, to be more precise, you may not have been the only one, you know. Don't worry, it's probably the same for everybody here at Totsuki Academy.
It's just that my sorry dish isn't quite done being presented yet.
Is that a white soup?
I would be honored to have seconds.
Soma Yukihira, you're always free to try one last and futile tactic. But come on now. Don't you think you're just trying to rehash my idea from when the two of us fought earlier? That's pretty sad!
No, you're wrong, Alice. This is something else.
I present to you my completed sorry dish. Seasoned sorry rice, soup style. All right, order up!
The soup has a slight thickness to it. It's blending with the rice beautifully, forming a subtle bond of acquiescence.
Oh yeah, there it is! Baroness Jess!
This dish is now so mellow and creamy. It seems like this white soup is made of soy milk.
That's correct. I used soy milk with a bit of miso and Parmesan cheese added in, and then I let it slowly simmer over a low heat until it was ready to serve.
It's made from soy milk?
It looks like you finally got it. Usually the key to soup is the dashi fish stock. But for this soup, he replaced the dashi stock and used soy milk with a soup base.
I see what you mean. Dashi fish stock is essentially umami itself. And like dashi, soy milk contains plenty of glutamic acid, so it could easily be substituted and serve as the base for all of the flavors of the soup.
Plus, umami has a synergistic effect. When two elements are present, the dish becomes even more delicious. With the inosinic acid of the sori and the glutamic acid of the soy milk, it makes sense to combine the two.
He created a soy milk rice soup. This is quite interesting indeed. And plus, adding the soup causes some of the other ingredients to suddenly make their presences known.
And what's this that's been mixed in? They look like...
Crunchy pickled plums.
Crunchy pickled plums?
He's bringing out the snackies again!
The plums go on to become an important element. They lend a pleasant crunchy texture and are pleasing to the eye. Their brisk flavor helps cut the fattiness of the sori, giving the dish a fresh, bracing acidity. He's made full use of acidity's ability to increase one's appetite. What's more is that these Japanese plums are made by being pickled with salt. They are the perfect adornment for the aged sori. However, what's especially noteworthy is the Parmesan cheese that's added to the soup. The addition of this Western ingredient mixed in with the Japanese ingredients like pickled sori, pickled plum, and miso has created an all-new deliciousness. It takes me back to when I met that man. The man I hold most dear to my heart. This way. Though from different countries and raised in different cultures, when our hands finally clasped, it was an encounter like no other.
You're joking, right?
Those are some great reviews he's getting.
Don't tell me that transfer student is gonna...
Have you read this yet, Aizan? The latest Tospo? According to the Journalism Club, stories that bashed Soma ended up selling more copies than any others.
Well, of course they do. After all, he referred to this school as merely a stepping stone for him. You can tell from the audience's reactions that he's the transfer student, hated in both name and deed.
I'm not so sure about that. In the end, I can't help but think there's more to it. He fought neck and neck with Akira Hayama in a spice battle. In the semis, he beat Alice Nakari, blood relative to the demon of cooking. And then he brought down Mimasaka, a beast with 99 Food Ward victories. But that said, many students still don't want to acknowledge Soma's abilities. Why do you think that is? I asked Soma's father what he thought of all this. It was enlightening.
Hey, Pops! Watch out, because I'm going to become a chef and beat you.
That's quite ambitious of you. Well, good luck with all that.
Great, let's do it! It's a food battle!
The way I see it, it's not like Soma had any special talent for cooking. That's just something a kid would say.